Okay, welcome back. We're over East Innisfail today. This is just a look around particular areas and talking about the area and different things in the area, showing where different streets and things are. It's not really a directions video, but you can follow it to get sort of around if you want to listen while you're doing an exercise walk around here, so you can hear different things around. Feel free. If you've got YouTube Premium, you can put this into like a mode where it's on, or you can download it through YouTube Premium and set it up. So there's your Innisfail Bowls Club along there. So yeah, feel free to have a listen while you're doing a walk, like that's sort of a tour guide. So we're going from the Jubilee Bridge along Coronation Drive. So we're going around under the bridge as we speak. I'm walking a little bit slower than my normal pace, so you can, so the image stabilization works better. You sort of have to with these cameras. There's the bridge. That could do with a good trim. Big time cutback would be nice. Good to paint it over the graffiti. And how long that'll last. But there's you under the bridge. And that. The lighting will get better as we walk along. Tell the street lights are still on. These special ones here along the walkway. So when the old bridge was here, there was Dr. Fashira's house, as far as I've been told. That was who lived here. You could look over and you could see his pool and all that. This house was there back in the day. You could see that from the old Jubilee Bridge, but this is the newer Jubilee Bridge. And now you can see photos of the old Jubilee Bridge on my old and new Innisfail photos page on Facebook. Check it out. So this is Tom and you ran way. So we'll have a look at this sign here. They got a little plaque thing. There used to be a stone thing with a plaque on it when the old bridge was here. Give you a bit of time to read it. A lot of people don't show things long enough here to read. 20th of May 1987. So that's probably the original plaque off that one I was talking about before. And there used to be stairs going up to the bridge from this side, from the old bridge. Okay, so we'll keep going along Coronation Drive. You got some fitness equipment up here. Just beware when you come along here that there might be people on push bikes and things. Best to walk to one side, which I'm not doing just because I'm trying to show a lot more. So we'll look back towards the bridge. Beautiful sunrise I mean. It's now, I was looking at the time, it is 6:28 AM. Yeah, that might be blown out with the way the GoPro can handle things, but there's your fitness equipment. If the grass wasn't all wet from dew and all that condensation, I would walk across there and show you properly. But yeah, there's your fitness equipment along there. There's a covered sitting area. Then you got the 10,000 steps start. Every step counts. Show that because you never know, one day that may not be there. There's a lot of beautiful plants and stuff along here too that's worth looking at, and trees. As we get further along, we'll have a look. Sometimes there's ones, certain times of the year that blossom really nicely, like this one up here, which I'll show when I get up closer. It's not blossoming at the moment, not overly. It's starting to, it looks like it's starting to. This bigger one here, across from the light. Be a little bit hard to show until I get up closer. Yeah, you can see some blossoms on there already. Really nice. So yeah, there's a lot of like palm trees and things. If you're going over there, watch out for coconut palms and that. There's a nice seat up here. And there's another tree that's sort of blossoming a little bit, similar to the last tree. But there's your nice sitting area. They should have these all the way along, but there should be a bin next to it. That would be nice. And there's your all your stuff in there near the water where crocodiles would hang out, your mangroves and that. I was trying to think of the name. Yeah, it's a beautiful flower right there. Don't know if it's showing up very well, but it's a nice pink and white flower. I'll see if I can zoom in editing. If it comes out clear in editing, then I'll zoom in. Okay, so keep walking along here. The next street up that heads up towards Mourilyan Road is Fitzgerald Street. So we'll see that on the left hand side eventually. It's a little bit of the way up, still a bit of a way to go. You got your sensitive weed, or as I saw it on YouTube the other day, or Facebook, someone put a shy weed. It's shy, it goes and hides when you touch it. It closes up. I don't know if that's showing up or not when you touch it, but it's spiky, so I wouldn't touch it barefoot. But that's an interesting one. Yeah, Bindi, sensitive weed. Yeah, Bindi as in like Bindi Owen. And you've got a beautiful tree there. I don't know the names of a lot of these trees, but they're nice to look at. It's a nice walk along here. I do think the council should make this footpath the same all the way along. Like, it stops up here, the nicer part of the thing, just near Fitzgerald Street. The actual nicer part of the footpath stops, and then it becomes very cracked and there's bumps and tripping hazards and all that, so beware. It's nice and wide here, beautiful for riding a skateboard, push bikes, walking, jogging, all that. So we'll have a little look back, as we like to do, to show the area in all its glory, what it looks like. And we'll show along here because there's people coming along, so out of respect we don't show the majority of it. Little vines growing up the tree, really nice. Hopefully they're showing up really nice, but it's hard with these. Good morning. Yeah. Yeah, just up here is where the footpath goes a bit doolally. You get mangroves through there again. And a bin. Very rare sight to see along here, a bin. And another one of these nice seats. I wonder if they've replaced all the seats with these nice ones. Hopefully they have. They last longer and they're cleaner. There's your Fitzgerald Street. That huge tree's been there forever. I remember that being there when I was a child walking along here. Okay, so we'll keep moseying on up this way. A lot of these old houses have been done up very nicely along here. You might be able to see them to the side of the camera without me directly showing it due to privacy. Yeah, now we're back on the footpath that isn't as nice. You'll notice there's tripping hazards and that, so you got to keep an eye out. And there's coconuts up there too that you got to be wary of and that. And all cracks along here. Yeah, it'd be nice if the council come along and actually finish the footpath all the way along and made it really nice. And then up where it becomes dirt at one stage after the school. It'd be nice if they did that up too. Wishful thinking, but anyway. So I can just keep walking along here. Hopefully the image stabilization's handling the low light. Shouldn't be too bad because I'm walking a lot slower than my normal pace, so shouldn't be too bad. Okay. We're coming up on Benmore Street. Benmore Street's to the left. if you need to go to Benwell Street, it's to your left. There's some stairs that go down to it. There's a nice plant growing on the side of that. There's the Benwell, corner of Benwell and Coronation Drive. Beautiful flowers on that other side. I don't know if they're showing up well enough on here, but yeah, they're really nice. And here's the stairs along here. So this is sort of a video to look back on too, because it might change over the years, the way this area is. And that, so you can get an idea of what it was like. Oh, there's some mother-in-law's tongues in there, in amongst all that. You'll get a bit of a view of the river soon. But I want to show this little place here. Sorry to anyone who owns it, but I know someone who used to live there in the 90s. And I'm sure they'd like to see the outside of it just quickly. But that's across the Bamboo Creek Bridge. Out past Kmart near the cemetery. That's the Johnston River. So we'll just quickly show this. Where that fire hydrant sign is and those steps. Just quickly. Where that shed is and that. We're coming up on Bartle Street. I think this is Bartle Street, yeah. That's what they call it. Near Bartle Street is on that side. Then you got Stanzella. What I call Stanzella. So we'll keep coming up here. Yeah, that's your Bartle Street. And you can see back to the water tower and all that. Yeah, it's a nice little walk along here, especially in winter. Yeah, look at the footpath. It really needs to be fully reflashed. Okay. So there's your Stanzella. Through to the Johnston River. Okay. Yes, it looks like they have replaced all the old seats with new ones, which is good, because there are all these wooden ones that were quite dirty and broken down. Not much good. Okay. This next street, I can't think of the name of it. I should know it, but I can't think of it at the moment. So I'll just continue to walk along till we see the name. I'm sure there's people watching that'd be like, oh, that's so-and-so street. Okay. So this is the way you can get to the East Innisfail State School, Midway Butchers, Empowered Church, places like that. Shoe Street, of course. Should have known better. Yeah, I should have known that. Couldn't think of it. Another nice tree with stuff growing on it. And a random pair of shoes over a power line. As you do. Well, yes, that is Shoe Street. To my left. And a random bin. It's very steep. S-C-H-E-W Street, Shoe Street. So, a random bin. There's not a huge amount of bins in areas like this. Like on the way out to the showgrounds and that from town. They're taking away the majority of the public bins. Like Kirby's Corner and all that, like they used to have them. Which they should have some in front of the showgrounds. Kirby's Corner, a few other places along the way to town. So there's less chance of people throwing rubbish on the ground if they can find a bin easily. Okay. So there's some more beautiful trees. Yeah, just trying to show them there's someone walking behind me so I can't stay too long. Looks like an umbrella tree, sort of, growing to the side of it. Growing on the side of this. I don't know, I wonder if it actually is. Let me know in the comments if you know. It's getting a bit darker along here because of the tree canopy. So the image stabilization might play up a little bit. So I might have to stop the recording, turn the image stabilization back on, and go again once I get into the light again. Okay. So if you want to help the channel out, you can go on all the new Innisfail photos, have a look at the link for my GoFundMe page, which is also on in the description of the videos, the latest videos on my Bestestimes Reborn channel. You'll see it. If you want to donate to get better equipment so that I can make better quality videos for us and future generations to be able to see. Someone's private, I think mooring sort of thing, which I don't think is still there. The signs and that are still there for it. Yeah. Looks like it's gone. I remember there used to be like a bit of a pontoon thing there and a boat. Yes, I've walked along here hundreds of times over the last 40 years. Well, not 40, probably the last 30 years. A lot of trees and things. So we're coming up to where you go out to Mourilyan Road, and you can go to the East Innisfail State School, one of the entrances to that, one of the drop-off points. And if you keep walking on this path, pardon me, you'll go behind it. And you got the vet surgery over you too, but you got some nice red flowers here. And that along here, hopefully they're showing up good. Excellent. So if you head down there towards Mourilyan Road and you turn left where that car's going, that's where the veterinary surgery is on the corner. And then there's Blue Care across the road where you can see that white vehicle. There's a white and blue sign. It's an old house. Okay. So this is your East Innisfail State School we're coming up on. Now we're recording this on a Saturday morning, so for specific reason that there will be no kids around. For privacy, for obvious reasons. Okay, so we've got this little bridge here. Sometimes I've actually seen turtles in the water here, and fish. Sometimes, if there's been a bit of rain, it's actually worth having a look sometimes. No, there's no water in there today. It's all dry, just ground cover. Okay. So we'll look back behind us, see what's down there, and then go here. There's nothing. I've seen crabs in here too. Another one I've seen in here. Okay.
Morning.
Good morning. So we'll go back around Mourilyan Road on the way back, so we can see the old canal radio, the electronics, the old Alvarez store, the old Bodner store. We'll see all those places along the way. But there's your East Innisfail State School. You can see the back of the canal where the antennas are, and that shed, and all electronics. And up here I've seen all those things I was saying before in the other one, the crabs and all that. Sounds like there's water in this one. It's more of a storm drain. But there's your East Innisfail State School. I'm sure some people would be interested in that, especially people who went there. Okay, so it might be too dark to actually show down here, but we'll have a look anyway, just in case. Yeah, a bit too dark, it may not brighten up. Sometimes this camera brightens, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, so what we're trying to do with the GoFundMe page is basically get some money to get a new GoPro to get much better quality. There's a bamboo along here. There's a sign not to go on the riverbank and that, and on the rocks and that. But yeah, trying to get a new GoPro. The GoPro Hero 10 Creators Kit, or Creators Edition, forget what they call it, which was only released a couple of days ago. And then you've got the DJI Osmo Pocket 2 Creators Kit. So we're trying to get them plus spare batteries and things, so that we can do much better videos, so that future generations and us and that can see in full detail what it was like. See, these videos might seem a little boring to some people now, but think about 20, 30, 40 years down the track, how different these places will be. Some of these buildings and different places that I show may not exist anymore, might be completely gone. So it's good to show, and show as much as possible. There's certain places, of course, you can't show due to privacy, and you know, like I can't walk down residential streets and just show heaps of people's houses and all this sort of stuff ridiculously. I've had people ask me to do that, but I can't. It'd be nice to be able to, but you know, you just can't do that sort of stuff. So there's your big tree. That was the symbol of the Innisfail School for years. I don't know if it still is. This one here. I think it's this one. Pretty sure this was the one. That's probably been there since the school was built. Or it could be this one. I'm not sure. It looks like it needs a bit of work done around the base of it to make it nice for kids. You can see there's weeds and yuck. And the seats could do with replacing. Yeah, I don't know what these little signs say here. No, there's nothing on them. Just looked over these little signs here. Nothing on them. But yeah, see, straight across from here was Bodner's store, which was a Thai restaurant for a little while there. And there was a place that made like uniforms, t-shirts and things. But there's your bamboo. It used to be really thick along here. They must have got rid of most of it. It used to be so thick along here. I remember walking along here early 2000s, very early 2000s, when it was still dirt, before they put a proper footpath in here. And a green snake went across in front of me around this spot where I am now. So beware of that too. You just never know what can come out of all this. But there's your rock wall sign. Definitely take notice of that. That's on your right hand side. So Johnson River's on the right hand side, school's on the left. Let's have a look. Let's have a quick pan across the schoolyard so people can have a look. You never know the changes. Now that could happen over the years. You can see towards the caravan park over there, which is out near the old high school, near the Conservatorium of Music, near the cemetery and that, next to Hadrell Park. There's some more bamboo and all that along here, and you can see some of the rock wall. We'll leave it quiet for a sec just so we can hear this bird, or whatever the animal is. You might be able to hear it because of the traffic, but we'll try. Can't see the bird, but I can hear it. Show the tree canopy and all the bamboo and that. Yeah, just be careful of snakes. Definitely. Back towards the school. Okay. Let's keep walking because there's a lot of mosquitoes over this way. But yeah, look up into the trees. Tree canopies in these areas are really nice. And when you get a bit further up, it's nice to hear the wildlife. Yeah, look up when you walk along here, just be wary of people on push bikes and or people jogging past and everything, but it's nice to stop and just look up. You got these plants growing off the trees. Yeah, it's a beautiful location. The nicest times to walk along here is about this hour in the morning and late in the afternoon. Hopefully all that shows up nicely. You got some tripping hazards here, just to be wary of. Probably from roots and that growing under. With some banana trees to your left. There's another beautiful little spot just up here that is worth looking at if it's still there. Nice little spot. And this is nice here too, good for photos if you can zoom in and that. The GoPro doesn't really zoom very well, so there's no point in even trying, but you can get a bit of a look at what's here. Yeah, it's a beautiful area. All this part. So you got to find the beauty around you. Sometimes it might be really yuck in certain spots, and then when you look to the other direction, it's like, whoa, beautiful trees. You know, it can be like that. There's your Johnston River. Again. Yeah, so going along, there's a beautiful house to your left coming up, which we can't show much of for privacy reasons. But yeah, quite nicely restored. But just up here where this light is, where the actual light's turned on, there's a nice little area if it's still the same as when I last come along here, where we'll be quiet and you can hear the birds and that. Yeah, I can see some of the birds, but I don't know if they'll show up. A lot of birds flying out of this tree here. Oh, I don't know what sort of birds they are, it's hard to tell in this lighting. Yeah, so you get your beautiful fern on there on this palm tree. And your cordyceps and things along here. Like, I think residents have planted them here. There used to be a little pontoon wharfy thing here, like a private thing. I don't think that's being used either. Looks all overgrown and yuck. Yeah. I'm not going to go down there though, just in case it's still private, but give you an idea what's here. Yeah. It's a pity these things don't get used anymore. Probably a good reason why they don't. But yes, this part here would be nice if they made it into a proper road, or put a footpath here to the side. You can hear the ASMR now of the crunching. And there's an old boat. And back towards where I just came. Oh, there's some bird of paradise down there too that I didn't notice till I walked past. But yeah, there's some really nice plants along here. Definitely bring a camera along if you walk along here to get some video photos and that. This is what I'm walking on. There's often potholes here. Looks like it's being graded with a grader. And look at some of the plants, there's some really nice stuff growing through. That's why I say, you know, see the beauty around you. One of my sayings. Because there is beauty in a lot of places if you really look for it. There's some random flowers. Oh, they've changed this thing here. There used to be more signs on this part. If I can find a photo of it at home, I do have some. I'll show it. Oh, the lighting's getting better. Yeah, this Jack Ferguson place. I'm sure there used to be more signs on this post. This whole thing. But anyway, can get an idea what it looks like. Coronation Drive. This is all still Coronation Drive. This street here is Graham Street, and this one's Marty Street. This is the one where you go to what used to be the COC Church. I think it was Radiant Life. Yeah, that's Marty Street. This is Graham. Oh, we're still on Coronation. We're back on here. Apparently this is still Coronation. Yep, still says it on the sign here. Coronation Drive. Sweet. So you can see there's still dew and that on the grass. We might put a footprint on there just to show. Doesn't really show up, but anyway, it's alright. There it is. Just trees. I'll have to change batteries shortly. And there's some bird of paradise across there. Just keep going straight ahead. Once we get past all this, I'll change batteries and charge this up. I like the lighting through there, the sun showing through. It's showing through from that direction. Might be able to get some lens flare showing through there. Once we get past this covered part, I'll change the batteries. A lot of birds and stuff along here, so we'll go quiet so you can hear them. So as you'll see, this will be a longer video today, but it's worth having a look at to help out and to see what it's like along here now, especially if you've walked along here in the past. See if there are any changes. There's your umbrella plant. Oh, there's some bird of paradise amongst all that. You can actually see them down there and just up here. We'll see if we can show them a bit better. Bird of paradise. Sort of looks like origami, the way the bird of paradise works. There's a nice little just ground covery flowers along here too. More bird of paradise. I wonder if they were naturally there or people threw seeds over or planted them there years ago. I wonder. And some cordyceps. Another one's along there. Yeah, I wouldn't go walking too close to the edge there. Just never know, erosion and things. But yeah, there's some really nice plants to my left, which I can't really show. Oh, there's a bird. I don't know if that'll show through. See if I can zoom in on it. No, it's gone. So I can zoom in editing, you might be able to see it. But yeah, to my left, right now, there's some really nice garden. And then we'll look back the other way. See where we just come from. And then the tree canopy above. Yeah. But have a look, yeah, the corner of Turner and Coronation Drive. Really nice plants. And even some sugar cane. Look at this. Amazing. So if I was walking along here not doing video, I would have taken hundreds of photos by now. Oh, that's a tall pine tree. Wow. That's fairly skinny too. The old pine tree. There's a few pine cones underneath it. Pine needles everywhere, as you'd expect. Look at the texture of leaves. Yeah, it's worth stopping and having a look at all this stuff along the way. Especially if you're just walking for leisure, not for like exercise and that. Nice plants. There's a lot of domesticated sort of plants along here that are worth looking at. So that's your Turner Street, which of course due to the light, if you to see properly, that'll take you down to Mourilyan Road. There's a bit of a dip here, so you can go on the road here if you're frail or you just don't think you can get up here or down here properly, and they just go across up where that pole is onto the road. Is the way to go, just a safer way. But just for this video, I'll walk down here and show it. Yeah, this could do with a bit of a cutback. Yeah, there's little berry things on there with stuff growing out of it. If anyone knows what this is, let me know. If it's a weed or something else, might be a proper name for it, which I'm sure there is with a lot of these things. If anyone knows any of the names for these ferns and things like that, let me know in the comment section. Even put like a timestamp sort of thing, like it might be in the 53rd minute of the video or something that it shows it, and then describe it a little bit so people reading it can tell. The banana plant. There, the Johnston River. Yeah, the camera's having trouble with the humidity at the moment, so you can see that the brighter parts are a bit hazy. It gets a bit steep here. I don't know if you can tell on the video, but it gets pretty steep. There's some nice flowers across there. And there's people's place. Some more cool plants. No, a very skinny palm tree. I wonder how long that's been there for. Because they last through cyclones and that much though. I'm just going to do with a cutback too. Until that's a weird. Okay. There's a sign there, which is just an arrow. Okay, so this is still Coronation. There's no actual sign saying what this next one is. I forget this. I think it might be Monica Street. I'm not 100% on that though. Comes out there, Somerset Builders and that, which used to be Alvarez's store. Yeah, and you got Midway Butchers around the corner to the left. If you're coming from this direction down there. Okay, so there's a bit of a steep part here too. Nice trees. If you've watched our short films, there's one, An Innisfail one, where we filmed some of it along here. And you'll see it. Good morning. Yeah, you might recognise some of this area just up here in the Mourilyan movie. Little short film we did. Some of it was filmed along here. Showcasing some of Innisfail like we do. Yeah, this is a nice area here, quite nice, this part. Well, we're going to go down this next street to end up on Mourilyan Road. But I want to show the river a bit more. And some of these beautiful trees and back where we just came. Yeah, there's some of these certain times that the blossom really good. Yeah, they're absolutely phenomenal the way they blossom up here. if you ever come along here and you take photos, whether it be on a phone, whether it be on a full-on digital SLR or whatever, feel free to put them on old and new Innisfail photos. See if you can put the date and the location, that helps. Wow, look at how the reflection from the stuff over the river. Oh, there's a full-on spiderweb. I don't know whether it'll show up on here. Probably not. But look up here, how all the stuff grows out of it. It's really nice. But yeah, you see the reflection of the water there. Beautiful. It's a beautiful spot for like time lapses. Just setting your camera up for a video. Yeah, really nice. Are these called staghorns, these things that hang off you? I don't know, I've heard people say that before. The one that's growing there, hanging off the side of that tree. But there's some more exercise equipment just here, which we can have a better look at because we're closer to it. And you got the undercover seating with a tap. But you got your where it shows what to do and what those things are. Gives you a bit of a look. Show it as slow as possible. It's hard to keep it still, but you might be able to pause it and read it. There's your health warnings. Yeah. If you've got health issues, probably best not to use these unless you've got medical advice and that. But yeah, gives you a bit of an idea of what's here. You never know, one day there may not be. Or they might replace them with new ones. Or whatever. Okay, we'll go this one and have a look. And then the next one. I don't know if it was here or somewhere else. There used to be like a step aerobics type of thing. Machine thing where you could do stepping stuff on it. I think that might be at Hadrow Park. Across the river. But anyway, there's a bin. A random bin, which should be closer to the footpath, but anyway, you got your thing here. There's the end of the 10,000 steps thing. There. And you can keep going up here and around and over the Centenary Bridge. So if you follow this and just keep going down there, instead of coming where I'm going, you can go there, and there's stairs and all that, and you can go up over the Geraldton Bridge. Not Geraldton, the Centenary Bridge. Across the bridge down to River Avenue. Along River Avenue there's if there's a sign outside, there's a woodworking place where you can buy woodworking, wood carvings and wood turning and all this sort of stuff. It's really nice. A lady called Vera runs it. If you go there and check it out, which is worth checking out, tell her that Brad from Bestestimes recommended it. So John Termine Park, I don't know what the other name is, but John Termine Park. So yeah, that's if you go that way and across. So this way we're going to go next to the caravan park. I think this is a mango tree caravan park. I don't know what this street's called. Is this Cooch Street? Oh, there's so many streets. Some of them don't have names. On the end of this end of the street, they have them up the other end. That frangipani there often has really nice flowers on it. Oh, okay, we'll just keep heading up here. We won't show people's houses. If you see them to the side, well, not much I can do about that. This road could do with a bit of resealing and stuff, as you can tell. But there's your caravan park to your right. Houses to the left. I think there's a thing up here too, like a bus stop. A local Transnorth bus stop. I know when Panorama buses used to come around here, they had a Cooch Street bus. Used to be written on it. There's your caravan park. Okay. So thanks for getting this far in the walk. Whew. Oh, there's some beautiful flowers coming up. We might be able to show a little bit of, while respecting people's privacy. Yeah, that's COC Street, the side street. We'll find out in a sec what this street's called, that I'm actually on. So that's your COC. That's where the bus stop is. In the front of the caravan park. This is Monica Street. Ah, this is Monica. Okay, it's been a while. So bear with me. That's COC. Okay, so let's continue to go up Monica Street then. We'll find out what the other one was called when I get there. But there's those nice flowers, if you can see them. And the caravan park. Oh, we might actually have a quick look at the outside of the caravan park while we're here. Might as well. It's not something you see every day, unless you go here, of course. Yeah, so this is COC Street bus stop. The number, zone 1. So you'd wait here for a bus. Be nice if there was a bus shelter here, but anyway. And you got, we might actually follow COC Street all the way down over here, because I want to show the outside of the Empowered Church. Okay, there's your reception sign. New arrivals, check in here. It's a big 4 to Innisfail Mango Tree Tourist Park. That's part of the big 4 caravan parks. Nice. The early arrivals and things. Hey, and yeah, bit of thing. Choose from cabin, self-contained, ensuite, powered sides, drive-through and powered sides camping area. Dogs welcome on application only. There you go. So we'll keep going down COC Street then, we'll follow that down. And we'll show Empowered Church, which used to be Harvest Church, and then before that it was the Christian Heritage Centre, also known as COC, or the Centre. Yeah, it's not the best lighting going down this street, so bear with me. Oh, here comes the dog. Don't know if it's friendly or not, but we'll soon find out. Hello, doggy. Hello, doggy. Aw, you're too cute, doggy. Too cute. About recognising things. Well, we've done 3 kilometres walk apparently. I think we've done more, but it says 3 kilometres. Okay. There's a cat. No, I'm a cat person. I don't mind little dogs that are harmless, and big dogs that are harmless. But I'm more of a cat person. I like a dog that'll sit there and want to pat and, you know, real nice. But I've always been a cat person. There's a good start. Early learning. Across from the end of COC. COUCHE. You go up that way and end up at Mourilyan and Townsville and all these different ones down that way. So this is a good start early learning. Then your Empowered Church. The one I said before used to be Harvest Church, and then before that it was Christian Heritage Centre. Still the same people, not the same pastors, but it's basically the same church. They've just changed the name over the years. You may not be able to see it properly due to the lighting, but it's part of the International Network of Churches, it says. There you go. Yeah, Empowered Church. It's good to show that future generations can see what it was like along here. And so this is Monica, yeah. This is on the corner of Monica and Mourilyan Road. So we're on Mourilyan Road now. There's the playground through there. All that. It's a nice thing. These, I've always thought these particular flowers look like scrunched up tissues, or clean white tissues, which is not a bad thing. Yeah, Monica Street. Down there, so we'll keep going up Mourilyan Road to the butcher direction, Midway Butcher, so we can show that, and where Alvarez's store used to be, botanist store, in front of the East Innisfail State School, and so on, and where Furniture World used to be, and whatever else. That's a church of some sort now, last time I come along here. So hopefully it all shows up good on video. See, with the other cameras that I would like to get, it would show up good. There's a Sony camera that's worth getting to, in Marinus, for doing what I do. They're made for people doing this stuff. They're fully designed for them, for all this. So as I walk along here hundreds of times along this road, ridiculous amount of times. Okay, so we're coming up near the butcher on the other side of the road on the left. I'm heading back towards town direction, so we're sort of looping back until we get to Coronation again. We're not going straight up Mourilyan Road Hill, that's just too much when you've already walked this amount of kilometres, because that's 3 kilometres for this walk. I've also already walked an extra 2 kilometres before that to get to the start of this video, so bear with me. So this Somerset, where it says Somerset Builders up here, was Alvarez's store, owned by Joe Alvarez back in the day. He was a classic. Used to go there and get lollies and stuff off him, and soft drink. Yeah, he's always good for a joke. Quite a funny man. Quite a classic. Oh, that house has gone on the corner next to the butcher. Well, I'll be sure there was a house there. Oh. So that's the old Alvarez store, which I can't really show properly. 173 Mourilyan Road. Yeah, the old Alvarez. Then go across to the butcher. Might actually go in there and get a drink. It's a long walk. Long walk, but yeah. Alright. The house is gone. I don't think you could really see the house really good before. I think it was overgrown. But yeah, there's your Midway Butchers. Hopefully that shows up good. Chicken drumsticks, $4 a kilo. Written on there. Hopefully they don't have a limit. The bus stop. Zone 1, Reeder Street. Oh, that's Reeder Street, that one. Yep. Should have known that too. Anyway. Turn this off. Just went in there. Yeah, it weirds me out that this place is gone. After all these years. I honestly don't remember what it looked like. It's been so long since I've been along here. I don't have taken much notice over here, but you can have a look. Have a quick look. There's a butcher. Run across. Showing what it's like now. Yeah. So there was an old house here. There you go, we can't show too much. Oh, yeah. There you go. Show the butcher a little bit more. 40611-688. There you go. It's been about, no, I have gone along here on the scooter back in the day, but you're zooming past things, so you don't really see things properly when you're zooming past. Well, that's where that house was, on the corner of, well, we'll find out in a sec. I should know, but like I said, it's been a while. Turner Street. Corner of Turner Street and Mourilyan Road. Then, oh, there's a house for sale across there if anyone's interested. If anyone's interested. Sorry, my voice went weird. Some nice plants along this way too. Yeah. But like I said earlier, if you take the time to really look, there is some beautiful stuff around. Beautiful plants, beautiful trees. Even these. We've got these at home, but I forget what they're called. The one's down the bottom there. Okay. We're getting up where Furniture World originally was. That yellow and blue building. We'll cross over and see once we get past where there's a dog. Another little Jack Russell and another. Can't tell what the other dog is. It's hard to tell from a distance. And I don't know my dog breeds too well. But yeah, that's alright. Sure somebody news. But yeah, we're coming up on where Furniture World was. I don't know if it's still the church, but we'll certainly find out. And then I'll get into this drink. Okay, the old Furniture World right there. See what it says. Shalom. Is it a Jewish church? Full Gospel Church in Innisfail, it says. So we'll just have a quick look, see what it says. Shalom, Full Gospel Church in Innisfail is held here. Sundays 9:30 AM. Inquiries phone 0417 089 625. Meets here at 9:30. There you go. The trading hours from the old furniture shop. You can actually see it there. There you go. Just quickly have a very quick look. The old COC. They got the old COC chairs in there. Got to get a video of that. It's just classic. If you look closer, a lot of them have COC on it. On it. Yeah, some old COC church, which is the one that I walked past before that I said is now in Power Church. There you go. Classic. Yeah, it's for sale, that building. I wonder if that church will end up buying it. It'd be interesting to see. If anyone knows anything about that church, yeah, leave a comment. Nothing negative. You know, we try and keep this channel as positive as possible. Yeah, it's a beautiful big tree. Coming up on Marty Street. Yeah, Marty Street to the left and the right. It's the one that is going across here. That's the way that the tabernacle of whatever used to be called Radiant Life Church, AOG Church, down there. And one person will know this reference. If I have 4 dices, what have I got? 4 dice. If a guy named Paul has 4 dices, what has he got? 4 dice. A friend of mine will understand that one. This is an old service station here. I don't know what it is now. I think it's a shed place or something. But it used to be an old service station. I remember it was a paint place at one stage too. A painter had it. Used to see Dulux and that written on stuff. It's interesting. It's the corner of Marty and Mourilyan Road. There's a bus stop here. They call it the Marty Street bus stop, even though it's really on Mourilyan Road. But I'm going to stop for a sec after we've seen the sign. Have some more drink and I'll be back. Battery went down really fast, even though I hadn't long changed it. But anyway, that's the thing with these older cameras. Had this one for years. So I stood near the Marty Street bus stop looking back towards Empower Church and the Midway Butchers and all that. And part of the Midway Butchers, it used to be Barrier Reef Fish and Chips as well. They had that first. That was part of it. There was East Innisfail Bakery was there too. I forgot to mention that while I was there. And there's some beautiful flowers. Just quickly show. Oh. Okay, so we'll continue up Mourilyan Road towards the East Innisfail State School. Should be up there in about 5 minutes, if that, probably not even that, at the speed I'm walking. Okay, I'm getting close to it. Where the preschool was, kindergarten, all that stuff. Where that 40 sign is, I don't know if it's showing up on here yet, but it will eventually. And the school sign, school zone, and all that. To my right, there used to be, at this big brick house, which I won't show, used to have a really nice fountain in their front yard. You used to see water running on it back in the late 90s. Yeah, every now and then you'd see it on, and it was really nice. Like a pond sort of fountain thing with different levels. It wasn't very big, but it was nice nonetheless. Okay, so we're getting pretty close to the school now. So yes, if you have any old photos, new photos, up to date, or anywhere in between, from anywhere like Bavinda, Innisfail, Mourilyan, Mission Beach, Coronation Beach, Cardboard, Tully, and in between, whether it be flora, fauna, buildings, as long as it's G-rated, feel free to put it on old and new Innisfail photos. Join the group, add your photos, make an album if you want to, so you can put it all, name them if you can, like locations. If you know the approximately year, then that'd be nice. One thing I'm looking for is photos of the inside and the outside of the Air Dome Theatre. So there's your, I think this is now prep, but I'm not sure. Used to be the preschool, it's Innisfail preschool. Yeah, I'm not too sure now, it doesn't actually say. But yeah, and if you've got any photos of the old Centrepoint Arcade, inside, outside, even before it was Centrepoint Arcade, where they had Rampage and had a lot of shops in the arcade. Yeah, if anyone has any photos of that, and even inside Central Arcade over the years, which is now Innisfail Food Emporium, feel free to put them on there, really appreciate it. If there's any video, even better. Even if you don't think the quality is that great of your photos, feel free to still put them on there, because it's worth it. Now, there used to be a basketball court here. For years there was a basketball court, basically where the higher part of the fence is, along. But they got rid of it. I think a lot of locals were just going there and trashing it. Wasn't really being used by the actual school. More people after school. Oh, it kept people off the streets, but anyway. So we're coming up on where Bodner's store used to be. That's to my right, a bit further up. But there's back where I was before, across the way, where the rock wall and the bamboo and all that on the other side, where I said about that huge tree and that. So that's straight across here, and where I said about those seats, and that could be done up or revitalised, whatever I said. So there's a new, fairly new multi-purpose room. I don't know when this was built, but probably in the last 10 years or so. I think they have fitness classes and things in there too. Equipment. Yeah, multi-purpose hall, that's this. It's got that fish there, as you can see. Looks like the garden's nicely maintained along here, along this part. Nice looking hall. A lot of these schools have got them now. Gundy School's got one. Pretty sure Innisfail State School Central has got it. Yeah. So there's your old Bodner store. Don't know if it'll show off any properly. It's got Dinky Dye Tyre written on it. Express t-shirts. We might go across and get a bit more. And there's back down towards Empower and so on. just so we can get these signs, show these signs for future generations to see, and for us to look back on. Yeah, the dinky dye tie, what I really want to show. Dinky dye tie and Express t-shirts. Of course it's all gone. This was here from Bodner stores. We used to go into Bodner store. That would have been a cigarette advertising back in the day. And up there you used to go into, I'm pretty sure they had a dress shop in here at one stage. And an old Panasonic surround sound speaker and a camera. If anyone's watching this through the camera, just showing for history purposes, have a look on Bestestimes Reborn and old new Innisfail photos on Facebook. The Bestestimes Reborn's on YouTube. Okay, so coming down there you can get to the Jehovah Witness Hall, Kingdom Hall, or whatever, I forget what they call theirs. That is a street that's covered up by vines and different things. I forget what that street's called. College, yes, I should remember. But yeah, this is your East Innisfail State School. Gee, I really should know the name of that. Anyway, looks like that painting on the admin building could do with some revitalisation. I wonder if they'll do that over the school holidays or something. Just paint. Yeah, just do it up. Don't paint over it, just keep it the same, just touch it up so it looks real nice again. Have the same pictures on there because it's all history. There's your East Innisfail State School logo and all that. It's probably one of the original buildings back in the day. And there's where the Jehovah Witness Hall used to be. It used to be that, now it's divided into two flats. We're coming up where Canal Electronics used to be. You can still see it written on there. The Darrell Canal. So we'll show that for history. Definitely. That is a part of history. There's your East Innisfail State School sign with that crocodile on it. Pretty cool. And back down towards there, and we'll show Darrell Canal repairs to TV, LCD and plasma, and DVD, VCR. And he's got GME Electrophone sign. That's a classic sign, and the Kenwood. I like them. I'd love to have a sticker of those. And this used to be a service station. It was a Shell service station back in the day. It's been smarter computer solutions and a few other things over the years. As if you look here, this is all history for you. You can actually see the Shell sticker. Yeah, there's two Shell stickers. One's a bit faded and the other one shows up more. So this is definitely an old service station. I mean, you can tell by the design anyway. Yeah, dilapidated, not looked after at all. I think people just park here for the businesses around here. Yeah. So Acer computers and stuff written on there. For a minute it was smarter computer solutions. Yeah, it's interesting to show because I'm sure people would have went to the service station here. If anyone remembers going here or has any photos of it at any of its iterations over the years, please, please, please put them on old new Innisfail photos on Facebook. You can actually see where the workshop would have been for the servo in there. There's a banner thing, but I can't read what it says on there. I think it says NRL. But yeah, you can see the old Bendigo Bank sign there. And then sign up for Westnet. There we go. That's interesting to me, being a tech person as well. It's one of my passions, is tech. Technology. There you go, Westnet. I had Westnet dial-up. Ridiculous many years ago. On an old laptop I borrowed off a friend of mine. He let me have it for about a year, I think. Back in the day. So the old pumps would have been. Wow. Just think of the history of these places. And that, the toilets area. I think one day this might be knocked down. So having this footage might be the only footage that people have got of this the way it is now. But if you have any photos of this, even if you take a phone photo of a photo just to show it, it'd be awesome. Yeah, Smarter Computer Solutions, smcs.com.au. And their phone number's there. The old phone number, 40616993. I wonder if they still use that number at their new location. They've had 2 locations since then that I know of. It looks like the old McDonald's sort of style of those roofing tile things on the side. Remember McDonald's used to have brown ones of them and yellow ones at one stage? Yeah. And you got Blue Care across there and the vet there. And you can go up over the hill, but I'm not going to for the fact that it's too steep for me. The old Hyam and Hyam house, where they used to run Hyam and Hyam